Lamelo Ball, MB1, the one of one. You already know what it is. He continues to show Anthony Edwards that it is levels, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, he just took down and completely single-handedly dismantled the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Anthony Edwards, man, listen, he had himself an unbelievable night himself, but it just wasn't quite up to par to what Lamelo Ball was doing out there, man. It was effortless out there, man. Lamelo was out there like he was floating on a cloud. I mean, it started from the like damn near opening tip. I knew the intensity was there. And like I said, it was an unbelievable game, man. I can't wait to break this thing down, man. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Listen, it's Flight Sports. Listen, let me tell you something right now. Man, Lamelo Ball is the truth, and it's crazy. Like I said, the Hornets is just a complete, utter, disgusting mess. But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Lamelo had himself an unbelievable night with 32 points, 8 assists, and 10 rebounds. All of this in 40 minutes, y'all. And he got a lot of help. They was on the road as well. That's another thing that doesn't look good for Mr. Anthony Edwards. And, and when I say he continues to show him levels, if you got selective amnesia, you might not even know that LaMelo Ball is actually 4-1 against Anthony Edwards, y'all. And that's the God honest truth, you know. And if you didn't know that, now you know that. And this is just crazy because Anthony Edwards was the number one pick in the 2020 NBA draft. And obviously we know LaMelo should have went number one overall, but due to politics that we don't have so much time to get into right now, but we all know what's going on. LaMelo Ball slips to number three. That was just outright, just that was outrageous. I mean, that was crazy. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever for an encounter like that to occur. Anthony Edwards had to work for everything. You know, seriously, I mean, he got to push off on shots. I mean, seriously, he could easily picked up two or three offensive fouls tonight. You know, but that's what I noticed. It seemed like everything with Lamelo was easy. It was like everything, like his shot, everything was money. Everything was just on point. Anthony Edwards, to me, seemed like he had to work for all of his buckets. You know, he hit some shots here and there, but you know, LaMelo Ball clearly showed that he's the better player. You know, and prior to, you know, tip off, I stated on the live stream, make sure you guys tune into the live stream because you already know the Charlotte Hornets are back in action, you know, tonight. But listen, I predicted this. I predicted Anthony Edwards to go out and have monster numbers or whatever, but I predicted LaMelo to control, you know, the complete array of the basketball floor, and LaMelo Ball clearly did that. But like I stated, he had himself a ton of help tonight. Who would have even thought that Gordon Hayward? I knew right away Gordon Hayward was going to go off because he found his like mark pretty early. I think that might need to be the new norm where they find Gordon Hayward right away to get him flowing, you know, because what happens is Gordon Hayward gets stagnant and before you know it, you forget that he's even a part of the team, and we cannot have that. Also, PJ Washington came to play tonight, y'all, with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 assist. All of this in 35 minutes. That is major. You know, I really like what I'm seeing. You know, he got himself a lot of help. You know, even coming off the bench, you had Kelly Oubre who chipped in with 8. You know, DSJ with 7. Nick Richards came in with 10 and 5. So, I mean, this is what you're going to need, you know, winning basketball. Now we get to Anthony Edwards. Like I stated before, LaMelo Ball, you know, he had 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. I would say he was playing with Miss Triple Dub. Anthony Edwards, he had 29 points, 5 assists, and 8 rebounds in 40 minutes. You know, not bad numbers at all. Like I stated before, they were going neck and neck. Clearly, they took they knew it was something, you know, and they tried to outdo each other. It was a duel, and give credit to both of them to being competitors and, going after that, not wanting to get one, not letting one get one up over the other. And Lamelo got the best of him. He's been getting the best of him, and he's just, to me, the better player, and that's no knock to Anthony Edwards. He's got an incredible future, but it's levels. And I'm just sorry that I got to be the bearer of bad news, but I mean, it is what it is. Um, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they going through a crazy situation. Rudy Gobert chipped in tonight with 17 and 10. They did make a move. They end up getting Michael Conley Jr. He had 15 points tonight in 31 minutes. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 13 points. So to be honest with you, Minnesota looks kind of wild or whatever in my humble opinion, but this is they pretty much trying to continue to stay in the playoff picture now. There's a whole lot of basketball left, and the Minnesota Timberwolves found themselves in the eighth seed right now. Let's see if they can navigate through this situation and get back to where they need to be. I don't know if it's gonna happen. You got a lot of teams on the come up. You got the Lakers, teams like that. The standings is gonna go down to the wire from to the end, especially out west. You got so much going on. You got teams trying to fall out, teams trying to get in. It's a log jam all the way from pretty much where the Timberwolves are to where the Lakers is. It could get crazy. This thing could be decided within the last game or two of the season. So let's wait. That's all I can say. But nonetheless, man, the Minnesota Timberwolves just took a nasty defeat tonight. It should have never went down like that. It seemed like there was the on point, throughout stretches, but there were stretches where, Charlotte was on point, but I'm just very appreciative of the way they competed, because, other situations, guys might try to fall back from it, but nah, they brought it, and give Lamelo credit for going into his building in Minnesota and taking him down. It wasn't in Charlotte. He rolled up in Minnesota and violated, and let that organization know, you done messed up, right? Because you got to think about it. I mean, seriously. I mean, a pick and roll between Lamelo and Karl Anthony Towns. Obviously, people say Melo would have never wanted to be in Minnesota. He didn't push for it either, so he didn't work out for Minnesota. He worked out for, I believe, Golden State and Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it is what it is. Nonetheless, man, it's levels. That's all I could say in so many words. Give Gordon Hayward credit, man. He really sealed the deal, man. With a lot of big plays towards their closing stretches, and obviously Melo with some ice water threes. I mean, you can't teach that. It's Flight Sports TV, man. Hit that like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. We're going to bring more content to the people. Peace and love to you all. We got game coverage shortly. Make sure you pull up. Subscribe now. It's Flight Sports TV.